Can I defend maybe a bad take here? I think I might have a bad take on this. Oh yeah, I saw this. This is pretty dumb. I actually don't know how I feel about this. It looks like apparently they're gonna get rid of 538 and Nate Silver from ABC. It's the oft combative Silver, who's come under renewed scrutiny of the site's polling selections, now face an uncertain future. Can I defend maybe a bad take here? I think I might have a bad take on this, but I think I have it anyway. I think we might actually be better off without polling, like at all. I feel like maybe some internal data for campaign crews could be good, but in terms of like the public interest, we might actually not want it at all. The basic problem is that like no matter what is happening in a given district for a given election, conservatives are always screaming, we're winning, we're going to win, we're guaranteed to win, let's come out and win. And then if they lose, they're like, we got cheated, they did this to us, they're all Jewish, whatever. They do this every time in all areas. Conservatives are delusionally positive about their chances at winning in every district. They're insane. I wonder if that helps them. Because, like, there were so many people who were doomering over the midterms because the polling showed that things were against us, and they were. But at the same time, like, wouldn't it be better to just promote, like, delusional, like, fervor at all times and not, like, just leave info at people's doors for their interpretation? Because like if a district looks like it's doing really well for us, people might look at that and go, "Oh, it's doing really well. I don't need to go out and vote. Like it's fine, you know. We're in like New York City 7 or something. We're going to be fine." And if the polling shows that it's doing really badly, then people might go like, "Okay, well then it doesn't even fucking matter if I go out there because we're f***ed anyway." Maybe like legitimately fear and ignorance are actually like better electoral strategies. But I don't want to promote that. Ideally, you would want all left-leaning voters to be well educated and then act appropriately with that education. But I don't know, man. We have to settle on a strategy where like how do we promote information? How do we promote like knowledge? But we also aren't feeding into systems that make left-leaning people less likely to vote. Because the truth is, guys, if everyone in this country voted, conservatives would be very weak. You all realize that, right? Like if you actually put all of these policy issues to the test, or if you got everyone out there to vote, Democrats would win in areas where right now they don't even have a hope of winning based on the people who actually come out there. And part of that is gerrymandering, and part of that is the Electoral College. But a lot, and I mean a lot of that, the biggest factor by far, is the fact that Republicans actually get out there and vote, and a lot of people who are sympathetic to Democratic proposals, policies, even politicians, for some reason, don't. Young people don't vote. A lot of disaffected people don't vote. Poorer people often don't vote. Even if you ask them what their policy positions were, they'd be more likely to vote Democrat. I don't know. Make voting mandatory? I'm in favor of mandatory voting. Just because they run on bad faith doesn't mean we should throw our account of empiricism and metaphysics away. I don't know what the metaphysics has to do with this, nor empiricism. We're talking about like doing meta-analyses on polls that are done. The polls would be conducted anyway. Maybe we fixate on it too much. I don't know. Bosch, stop hating on the left. Young people turned out in record turnout for Biden. Yeah, dude, it went from 1% to 2%. I know a lot of left-leaning people here in Texas, and it's like pulling teeth to get them to register. Yeah, whereas Republicans are like delusionally enthusiastic about voting. Like because the Republican base is full of wealthy people and old people. I don't know. I don't know. We have mandatory voting in Belgium. It's based. Yeah. I'm not so sure how true that is now. We're seeing a massive turnout spike among younger generations. Rodzilla 2K, don't you want a doomer pill? What percent of young people voted in 2022 midterms? We had record turnout from the 18 to 29 age demographic here. A rounding 27%. Mind you, if all of these young people went out there and voted, assuming a proportion of their political policies that we can like infer based on like this generation's poll results for like Pew polling, if this group would vote like 70 to 80% as opposed to 27%, then this right here, Republicans would never win again on the federal level. It would be over. Legitimately. 70 to 80% for this guy. Oh, let me pull up the elderly. Hold on. Voter turnout by age group. All right, this is from 2020. No, wait. I need a graph. BGov 2022. Show me. Hold on. There we go. People 65 plus voted at in 2018 here, 66.1%. So this is slightly older data because it goes back to 2018. Midterm voter turnout. I'm getting different numbers here than I did in the previous one. Let me see if I can get a more consistent. Interestingly, oh, these are day after estimates of youth voter turnout. Why am I getting different numbers for these? Look, the point that I'm laboriously trying to get at is that no matter how you slice it, the number of young people who vote is far lower than the number of old people who vote. Percentage of voting age citizens in the U.S. who voted in the presidential election. Okay, so this was lower because of its day after estimates. Then what was the actual percentage of... Hold on. How many young people voted 2022? Why am I getting different sites that are saying different percentages of the youth turnout amount? Yeah, this one is also saying right here 27%. So then why is this one right here? This is an out-of-touch take because I've never known the average person to pay attention to polling, let alone know how to look for polling statistics. Yeah, but news sites report on those polls. You realize that, right? When was the last time that you saw Republican voters on Twitter doomer posting about how a recent poll or like Pew poll or Gallup or whatever showed that things weren't looking quite as good for them as they thought? They don't listen to that. They're barely even people. You think they understand words? Conservatives don't hear words. Conservatives just hear the ooh-rah blood pounding in their ears. They don't care. They don't care what anyone says. They're either going to win because God has destined them to win, or the Jews stole the election from them. Like, it's just, it's worse in marginalized communities. Well, any excuse to be doomer, I guess. If you give them any info that makes them look bad, they'll just say like the data's bullshit. Yeah. If you tell a Democrat that there's like it's a 50-50 toss up that a neo-Nazi or a center liberal wins an election, they'll doom her because there's a 50-50 chance that the world ends for them come election day. And if you tell a conservative the same thing, they'll laugh because they know there's a 50-50 chance that they get to end the world come election day. It's just, I don't know, man. Knowledge is a curse. Something, Necronomicon, Eldritch, da-di-da. You just cited Twitter. You just proved your point that you're out of touch. What? Twitter's social media. It's used by tens of... Okay. Get out of here. Get out.